Hi, welcome to my video presentation. I'll be examining 4 different types of problems and explaining how I solved them. I hope that this will help you understand these kinds of problems a little better. You ready to get started? Alright, so question 1 states, the function f times x is equal to 2/3 x plus 4 is given. Use the grid to graph f times x. So we are going to be using this equation and we are going to be graphing it on the grid. Are you guys ready? Alright, so here we go. So to put this equation on the graph, you're going to be looking at the second half of it. The 2/3x plus 4 part. So, what I like to do first is to look at the y-intercept. That is a plus 4. So, if you look at the y-axis for the y-intercept, it'll go up 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you place your first dot there. Now, we only have 2/3x left. And the way you can tell how this will work, because it's a fraction, is if you take into consideration rise over run. So, the 2 would rise, well, up 2, 1, 2, and go over 3. 1, 2, 3. So you place your second dot there. And now, because you have both dots, you place your line there. And then that's how you do the equation. Easy peasy. Alright, so question 2 states, the monthly expenses for Janet to run her donut shop are $7,375. These expenses include the purchase of enough ingredients to make 6,250 donuts. Write an inequality to determine what price, P, Janet should charge for each donut to make at least as much money as the amount of her monthly expenses. Assume she sells all of her donuts. Alright, so let's figure this out. Alright, to start this problem, we are going to write the inequality. The inequality will start with the amount of donuts in it. So we are going to put 6,250 because that was the amount of donuts in it. So now we are going to put P for price because we're doing price times the amount of donuts to get a certain amount of money, which in this case would be 7,375. 7,375. Okay, so now we are going to try to find the minimum amount of money it would cost for one donut. Okay, so to find this, you will divide 7,375. You would divide that, if I can find the symbol, you would divide it by 6,250. And if you do that, you'll get 1.18, which would also be P is greater than or equal to P is greater than or equal to 1.18. So the inequality in this equation would be 6,250p is greater than or equal to 7,375. And the 1.18 is the amount of money it would cost for one donut if you want to break even. Hope this made sense. See you in the next question. Alright, so question number 3 states, Holly is going into business as a sidewalk ice cream vendor. The startup cost for a refrigerated cart and her sales permit is $60. She also purchased 500 ice cream items at 50 cents each. Holly sells each ice cream for $1.50 each. Which equation represents Holly's profit, Y, based on the number of ice cream items, X, she sells? A, Y equals 0.95x minus 100. B, Y equals 0.95x minus 605. C, Y equals 1.50x minus 875. Or D, Y equals 1.50x minus 1100. Alright, so let's figure this one out. Alright, so in question 3, we are going to be trying to make the equation from the numbers they give us in here. So we are going to be making the y-intercept first. So it says her sales permit costs $600. She also purchases 500 ice creams items at 0.55 cents each. These numbers are going to be in use for finding the y-intercept. The 600 is good by itself, so we don't need that. But we need to focus on the 500 and the 0.55. So you're going to multiply those two together, and you would get 275. Now you just add 275 plus 600, and you would get 875. So that is your y-intercept, 875. Now you are going to find your slope, and your slope is easy because later in the question it just says Holly sells each ice cream item for $1.50 each. $1.50 each. So that would be the slope. So now let's see if this matches up with any of our answers. Y equals 1.5x minus 875. Let's see if that matches up with any of these. And so the right answer would be C, y equals 1.5x minus 875. Alright, so question number 4 states, graph the solution to the inequality. 3 times x plus 2 is greater than or equal to 5x on the number line. Alright, so let's get to graphing. Alright, so for the final question, we're having to graph the solution of an inequality. So to solve this inequality, you solve it just like a normal equation, pretty much. So 3 times x plus 2 is, let me find it, is greater than or equal to 5x. So, first of all, you solve it by distributing first, so that would be 6, nope, sorry, not 6x, 3x plus 6, which would be greater than or equal to 5x. Now, it'll be 3x plus, oh, sorry, it'll be minus 3x on both sides. Minus 3x. Now it'll be 6. If I could find it. Sorry, it's taking a minute. 6 greater than or equal to 2x. Now you're dividing 6 by 2 on both sides. And since this bottom part is positive, the symbol stays. So now it'll be 3 is greater than or equal to x. So now we place that on the graph. So 3 would be greater than or equal to x, which means x would be going less than 3, which means it would be going towards the negatives. That's why it would be like this. Hope you understood it. Wow, see? That wasn't so bad. I hope you're able to learn something. Thanks so much for watching. Math rules.